Hello everyone, I am Noa Kic. If you want to know more about Russia and you understand my English, please welcome to my channel. Today my hairs are terrible, it means that I will be successful with this video. And today I want to explain you what Russian people think about American. I have to prevent you that I have never been in USA, as majority of my friends and that certain who visited USA already, they were for a short period there. So, for me, as for majority of Russian, our imagination about USA is built on that information that we got from movies and media. Yeah. Biden is almost win, but all over the Russia and all over the world pray for Trump. Despite that he is absolutely crazy and stupid guy, and thanks God I understand his English, I have impression that my English even is better. Why I support Trump as majority of Russian people? Because we have images of Trump and Biden here, how is presented to us, kind of Trump, he is almost communist, he is kind of face of all poor Americans who fight for their life, and Biden, he is kind of lobby of elite circles, American oligarchs and Jewish. Now all over the world fall into this election, despite that nothing will change. How we think in Russia? We think that so during election when Trump was elected, you blame Russia, that Russia interfered to American elections. So we consider that Trump so wanted to present that he is not linked to Russia, that he was extremely cruel with Russia, and kind of Biden for sure, Biden absolutely not linked to Russia, and Russia don't support him. So it means that maybe he could be a bit more kind, because it will not be necessary for him to prove that he absolutely not linked to Putin. So I have a list of different disabilities to be Americans. Expensive insurance, as you understand that American people, only rich people who can pay for the insurance, and I investigated recently that despite you pay for your insurance anyway, when you take your medicine assessment you pay more, so kind of this insurance they give you only discount. And as we know that 90% of Americans who live outside on the streets, it's people who just didn't have insurance to pay for their illnesses and medicine assessment. This kind of people absolutely not exist in Russia, because in Russia you can't, for example, you can't sell your last flat. So it means that if you are a drug user or alcoholic, you need special agency, as we call it, black real estate agency, who will help you to sell your flat. How they do that? They give you another, they put you another stamp, kind of you live in another place. Only in this way you can sell your flat. For example, there was this Mavrodi, it's a guy who did the frauds, financial pyramid, and so they take everything, all his possessions, but they left the flat. It's a huge flat, 200 meters in the center of Moscow, and banks and state can't take this flat because it's the last flat of the guy. So, and as people can take medical assessment, they just go to and buy pills in pharmacy. After that, you have addiction of after drugs, because American drugs is incredibly strong. You have painkiller, and they are really painkillers. After that, you don't go to any doctor because nothing is painful. I don't know what they put inside. After that, you take antidepressants and everything like that, that make you crazy. After that, we can see these people who dress very strange, and in fact, yes, American style, it's so funny for us. We can't watch on these people who are in fact normal, I don't know, middle class, but they dress from second hand. We don't have this culture. It's it's only for young people who are students. Unfortunately, your food is terrible, everything is sugar, everything is plastic, everything is fat, etc. That is why your body is absolutely terrible. You have a lot of fat people, plus, as I say, bad medicine assessment. In conclusion, you had a lot of deaths during coronavirus, because you just didn't survive. all these people who come back from USA, and after that they make the testimonies. They say that Americans absolutely don't understand what is a friendship. And here in Russia we know what is a friendship. It's absolutely not linked to so-called European unity. It's something another, because for Russian people friendship is kind of love. And they say that Americans, they even don't understand what is the love. Kind of, you have cold relations, you have some interest with some people. For example, you play game together, or you are neighbors, or with your wife you have very good contract. So you kind of not able to this strong feelings of friendship and love, to this sacrifice to other people who are not your relatives. These Russians who come back from USA, they say, we are not satisfied with about relations and communications. Of course, we ask what does it mean, how it's possible that you can't find communications and relations. And they say, because Americans are not able for that. Can you please make one more episode or even seasons of House of Cards? Please explain how you do your elections. We don't understand. And for us, we have impression that you have two steps for frauds, because okay, first step when you fraud with the ballots, and second that you can pay, it's like additionally a step for corruption on elections. We think that Americans are very patriotic, that you wake up in the morning and you listen for the hymn and you raise your flag. And despite you don't like, I don't know, your president, you will all the time protect the democracy, despite on all these circuses of democracy that we can see now during election. What do you think about women? Consider that you absolutely don't care about your bodies. In the same time, women, they take care about hairs, and their hairs all the time have a good view. After that you put makeup, you put nails, but how you dress doesn't matter. So we imagine that Americans, it's a kind of nation of lawyers, and in all situation use you to court. So the same for families. Kind of, you have all these contracts, and in case of anything you go to the lawyer to ask how to push your husband to clean the house. As they present in movies, American woman, she can go to bar, just flirt with a guy, hook up with him during one night, and after that she absolutely don't care about that. In Russia it's impossible. Russian women all the time want to continue relations if the guy was more or less fine. Maybe American boys are not very good at first sex, I don't know. About relations, as media and cinema and as people who were in USA, they explain that it's almost impossible, this friendship between American men and Russian women, because Russian women, they are kind of romantic birds who fall in love and everything like that, and American boys, it's guys who play the dandy, and after that they see you to court, and in fact it's absolutely impossible to communicate with them because they manipulate you. They will turn you like that and drop when they want. So kind of difference that Russia, it's a state of love, and USA, it's a state of court. And last but not least, we don't understand the story with racism, because you know that we don't have this period of slaves. We didn't have any slaves in our history. Our slaves, they were the same people of the same nation. So our media, of course, they use this point a lot. They present how American society is split on two parts, and look at these strange black Americans who push white people to kiss their shoes. Is it true or not? If it really was, please tell me. My forecast. So now we are waiting for results of elections. It looks like Biden winning, and looks like supporters of Trump will go to revolution. We are looking forward to this American revolution in USA, because you suffer a lot of all this double morality, of all this propaganda and manipulation and advertising and capitalism. I have impression that you are kind of the most advanced country in these questions, and I suppose you are absolutely tired of all this disgusting capitalism. So, welcome to USSR. I hope this video was interesting for you. Thumbs up and subscribe on my channel.